It's that time again, boys. Star Wars Black Series unboxing and review. We got a really special one in for today's video. One I've been after for a long while and kind of a regrettable miss for me. I can't believe I actually missed out on the first release of this and had to pay out a bit extra for it. But let's get into the box and take a look at the figure. Wait, packing peanuts, excellent. Alright, so just gonna pull the figure out of the box, remove the box off to the side, and here we have our bubble wrapped figure. So today's figure was bought from a private seller. This figure is super difficult to come by now. Obviously you've read the title and the thumbnail, so I've got no idea why I'm trying to make it suspenseful. Very well bubble wrapped and protected here for the Mandalorian Super Commando. So this figure came out a little bit before I started watching the Mandalorian show, and I just saw that it had the word Mandalorian in it, and I thought, well, I'm not going to buy it because I haven't watched the show. Little did I know this is actually from the Clone Wars, and it is a Darth Maul inspired character. I believe it's one. I'm not actually up to the part in Clone Wars yet to where this character is introduced, but from all the artwork I've seen, he's always with Darth Maul, so I'm guessing it's one of his sort of like troopers. Actually says here on the back, Darth Maul's Mandalorians modify their armor to reflect allegiance to the Dark Lord. So that's why they've got the horns on top of the helmets. This is such a cool figure. I've got absolutely no idea why I slept on this figure, seeing as how it is so cool, and I'm such a massive fan of Darth Maul. I mean, it's a Darth Maul Mandalorian. What more could you possibly want? So it is in the newer style of Black Series box with the artwork on the side. We can see him dual wielding his blasters. Got the same picture on the side and that wall of text that we just read from. And that's pretty much it for your lot. Really have warmed up to the new box style. I think it does suit some figures more than others. I would have personally liked to have seen this in a classic style with the black and red background, because I feel like it would suit him for the character, but oh well, we're unboxing anyway, it's not going to matter in about 5 minutes. But yeah, this figure came out for regular RRP, obviously released, and I guess it's just one of the figures they made less of, and it's more scarce, and you know, you don't really see it available a lot, and when you do, it's second hand. And this one was, luckily, it's mint in box, so I'm about to change that forever. I got this for £45, which is, again, it's teetering on the upper echelon of prices that you'd pay for a Black Series figure. I mean, it's definitely up there. You know, when you start getting £40 and £50, that's how you know you've got yourself a hard to find piece. And again, this consistently sells for £45, £50, so what can you do? This is why, you know, some figures, you like them, you gotta pre-order them. So let's break into the box and we can take a look at our Mandalorian Super Commando. So even though I unbox all my figures, I like to keep the boxes just in case I want to take them in and out as I choose and as I will. Excellent. And there we have our Super Commando. Really cool looking, very, very unique, and I am very excited to get him popped out of his plastic packaging. So let's start off by taking a look at the accessories. So the first one that we've got here is the jetpack. This is quite like the Mandalorian jetpack from the Mandalorian unboxing. It's just like this plain silvery gunmetal grey, but there is some very small red and silver detail in there. I do like it because it follows the red colour pattern of the character. But yeah, other than that, it's just a pretty standard 3-pin jetpack. Alright, onto the blasters. Alright, so I just pulled out my blasters, and this is the shape they're in. I mean, I popped them out as carefully as I could. They are weird, like, thin blasters, so I guess they're more prone to just bending in packaging, but yeah, this one on the right is all bent out of shape. So we'll take a look at the one on the left. It's a pretty plain blaster. I mean, it's unique looking. It's not like any other blaster that I've seen with this really thin front end. And yeah, it's just one colour, just like, again, standard gunmetal grey. There is some really small detailing there on the barrel. And yeah, that's it. You get two of them, so we can dual wield, but Unfortunately, the other one is a bit bent out of shape. I might be able to fix that with some warm water or something. Time to take a look at our Super Commando Mandalorian friend now. Let's pop him out of his plastic casing and take a closer look. So I saw some artwork of this guy flying next to Darth Maul in a, I think it was a comic book, and that just really got me wanting to get one of those fly stands that like attach to the waist, and you can have them like looking like they're flying in the air for when you're posing them on your display shelf. I mean, again, it's about as articulated as Black Series figures get. It's got all of the range and motion. Doesn't look like there's a chest one, but there is one here at the waist, so you can do all sorts with that stand. Definitely have to invest in a couple of those for my Mandalorian and jetpack wearing figures. This guy is absolutely incredible. I mean, his spikes kind of give me anxiety. I kind of feel like these are just gonna break off like the second that they fall. I mean, there's always a chance of figures falling, just with even with stands. I mean, I found that figures just seem to fall. They just want to naturally fall, especially figures like this that are so top heavy. I mean, this has quite a bit of weight to it, but it's all coming from the top half of the figure, as that's where he's most bulky. He's actually kind of a chunky figure. He's got quite a belly on him, and his armor and all the plating is adding up here, especially with his head. So the legs are, you know, they're quite wobbly, not very sturdy, so horrible feeling that these spikes could come off and come loose very easy. But nonetheless, let's take a look at our Darth Maul Mandalorian helmet. The paintwork on these aren't too bad. I mean, there's definitely some errors, but they're so minuscule, and you're painting black with silver, which is always going to be difficult. And, you know, there is room for error here. You know, just painting so close to the silver, there is some black leaking onto the silver, but you can't really tell. It just kind of looks like a reflection of the helmet because the helmet is so glossy. The spikes on this thing are really, really cool. I mean, they even outdo Darth Maul spikes, I think. These things just look really gnarly. And I really like the way that they're laid out. It looks very menacing and sinister. Something that you'd expect of the army of Darth Maul. He's got some small spikes here on his shoulder pads, which is a really nice bit of detailing. And the same on the other side. We've also got some wires connecting here, like we do with the Jango Fett and Boba Fett figures. He's got big wrist gauntlets on, no doubt, with some weaponry in them, or at least this one. He's got the really nice paint colour scheme of grey, black and red. He's got some battle damage to the armour with some silver decals, making it look like the paint has come scratched off, kind of like it's painted black and red, and then underneath you've got like a silver. So it is battle damage. The head piece actually doesn't have any battle damage to it, and is fairly painted. I mean, there is a couple of, like I said, bleeds and spots where they've just gone over the line, but other than that, the armor and helmet look great. Moving down, gets a bit more boring. We've got more battle damage. Pretty standard leg pants, but we do have these attached holsters. They're not hanging off his belt or hanging off his pants. They're actually fixed into the pants, which I kind of enjoy. Kind of like that aesthetically. It's going to look cool if you're having the blasters in each holster. So moving to the back of the figure now, pretty much nothing interesting to see here. It's all just the colour of the figure on the front, no battle damage or anything like that. We've got the peg holes for the jetpack. And yeah, that's your lot. So Super Commando Mandalorian, really interesting, unique figure. Great to expand on the lore of Darth Maul. It's really, really solid, and again, really happy to have this figure, seeing as how it's so hard to come by recently. Really happy to have it in the collection. So let's get his weapons, well, 2 blasters and his jetpack on, and then we'll take a complete look at our Super Commando. And there we have a complete look at our Mandalorian Super Commando. I actually don't usually like jetpacks on the backs of characters. I kind of feel like it makes them look a bit clunky and out of place, but I do really actually prefer him with the jetpack on. It makes him look even more menacing. The bent gun looks a little weird and out of place, but you can only tell from certain angles, and like I said, I'm sure I can fix it with a bit of warm water and light bending. So there is a complete look at our Super Commando Mandalorian. Again, really enjoy this figure aesthetically. The figure itself is really well done, really well executed. The battle damage is, it's only light, there's only a couple of bits here and there, but where it is done, it looks really effective, and you can tell that this is definitely a dude not to mess with, and he's on the team of Darth Maul, so should definitely not mess with him. So yeah, that has been my unboxing and review of the Mandalorian Super Commando. I have got a playlist, and I'm going to leave it in the description of this video, where I've got all of my other Star Wars Black Series unboxing reviews. So make sure you leave a like if you've enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.